Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Sarah, and today I would love to review this wig for you, which is called Elegance Mono by Ellen Wille in the color Pearl Blonde Rooted. If you'd like to know how long she is, how the color is composed, what special features she has, how the cap looks from the inside, and how I like her, then stick around and let's get started. So the hair is called Elegance or Elegance, and I tried to dress the part. Okay, after Jan and Silke, my friends from perückenglück.de, my favorite German online wig shop that now also ships internationally within Europe, has introduced human hair wigs, I was really curious on how they feel, if they feel different than my human hair wig that I just recently reviewed. And I was also keen on getting to know this style that I've seen on Kim from Mimi's Wig Boutique in Dallas. She's been actually wearing this style a lot on Wig Talk Wednesday, and I loved it every time I saw it and was really keen on trying it myself. And I was also curious on how it feels in comparison to my human hair wig. Now, Elegance is from the Prime Power collection by Ellen Wille, which means it has a blend of human hair and heat-defiant synthetic, and so you get the best of both worlds, so to speak. That means you have human hair that is extremely soft and won't tangle, and you have apart synthetic fibers that support the human hair and make sure that your styling will stay put and in place even after washing. That's at least what I heard. Of course, this one doesn't belong to me and I'm not intending to keep it, unfortunately. So I can just show her to you straight from the box. And this is how she looks when she arrives. And as you can see, she still has the zigzag part. And of course, I can't remove the part and can't style her the way Kim is wearing her, which looks fabulous. And in my opinion, this one really needs styling. At least if I wore her, I think she looks a little boring and too well behaved, so to speak. And she's way too flat on top, at least for my taste. But it's definitely a gorgeous bob, and I love that she comes with that curl, that inward flip. That's how she looks straight out of the box, and this really stays in beautifully. And the hair and fibers feel amazing, I can tell you. Now, do you have to get human hair or that human hair synthetic blend in a short style? Well, that is always personal preference. If you prefer human hair and the feel of it and the look of it, then why not get human hair? In my opinion, in all the shorter styles that are above the shoulder, there is no need for human hair, and I personally prefer the benefits of synthetics and love heat-defined synthetic. They look and feel just as realistic as human hair, and the best part is that no matter what happens, no matter how humid the air is, or even if it rains or you have a swim and your hair gets wet, it will be dry in no time and your hairdo will stay in place or come back the way it looked before. And that is different, of course, with human hair, which doesn't react as well to humidity and water. And after getting wet or washing, your hairdo will most likely be gone. But after owning a long human hair wig now, I can tell you that everything that is longer than shoulder length, human hair is just perfect. It wears beautifully and it tangles hardly at all. And it feels great, and it's so light in comparison to synthetic, which is quite heavy if you have longer styles. So then I would say human hair definitely has more benefits than synthetic. But back to this style. She's in the color Pearl Blonde Rooted, which is a color we know from other synthetic styles by Ellen Wille, and a color that I really love. It's a very ashy blonde with a light root. And the color code for Pearl Blonde Rooted in this case is 101-16. So if we have a look at the color chart, and I hope it's the same for synthetic and human hair, and the 101 is the lightest and brightest and coolest platinum blonde, which is definitely used all over this blend. And the 16 actually is a honey blonde. Now, I'm not really seeing a lot of honey blonde in here, but I'm sure that's the color that gives the color a little bit of warmth, and also the blonde since it's really ashy, and I'm sure there are more colors blended in there that they don't give us, for example, the root color, which is really light and something I actually like. But overall, I'd say the color is, like I said, extremely ashy, and depending on the light, it can also look a little grayish. But I don't mind, and I think you can definitely tell it's still a blonde and not a gray. And it's a gorgeous color. Now, when it comes to the special features, this wig features a lace front that is not extended and a full monofilament top. But that's it. Like I said, no extended lace front, and the rest of the cap is a closed cap, but it's wefted throughout. And I have to say, in this price range, I'm a little surprised it's not fully hand-tied. But on the other hand, there are also human hair and synthetic blends that are fully hand-tied, but they are even more expensive, since the real pricey factor in this wig is the human hair, which is very expensive, of course. Now, I must say, most of the features are really well done, so I don't mind that the lace front is not extended, and I love the mono top, but I'm not too happy with the lace front. And of course, I will show this to you from up close, as always. Now, generally, I would say the lace front is really well done. It's not too densely knotted, but speaking of knots, you can definitely see a lot of those knots here, which is something I'm not used to from Ellen Wille. I don't know why it looks that way, but maybe they don't bleach the knots, I'm not sure. But this is something I immediately spotted and wasn't really happy about. Now, the seam of the lace and the cap is done really well. I think it's around here. And even though it's not extended, I think it's really well done, and you don't see that seam. And also the monofilament is done beautifully. You can really see through even with the zigzag part to my scalp. And this is how it's supposed to be. So this is all really well done. Now, I will definitely review more human hairstyles from Ellen Wille in the future, and also one made exclusively out of human hair. And I'm keen on seeing the lace fronts there. I mean, of course, this is, something that you only see from up closer. And I would say it definitely looks very realistic, even with those knots. And you can always use something to disguise the knots if you don't like them. Maybe you can also have them bleached afterwards, or you can use some concealer or even some chalk pens or something. I've seen some use them on the knots to make them less visible. But all in all, the special features are well done. Now, I will show you the length all around the screen, so I won't have to bore you with any numbers, and we can talk about permatease next, but actually there's nothing to talk about since there is no permatease whatsoever in this wig, not even on the sides where there usually is a little bit of permatease. And I think it's because they use a closed cap, so they don't have to hide and disguise any wefts or the net of the cap with the permatease, which is why they usually use permatease, except for giving it more volume and stability. But this one has no permatease, and also the density of the hair is rather low. I mean, and although it's not fully hand-tied, it really feels just like a hand-tied cap. The only difference is when the wind blows and parts your hair accidentally in the back, you won't have that very realistic appearance like with a fully hand-tied cap, and you would also see some wefts. Now, like I said, that human hair synthetic blend has the advantages of both fibers. It really feels extremely smooth, and at the same time, it has the stability of the heat-defiant synthetic, and of course you can use your heat tools to change the style. I'm not sure how much human hair and how much synthetic is in that blend. I actually didn't check that, but I would say there's more human hair in there than synthetic, since it really feels extremely soft and also different from regular synthetic styles. All right, now let me show it to you from all sides, and after that, of course, also outside in natural daylight. So, how do you like her? Would you get her? Is that human hair part something that is really important to you? Please let me know in the comments below. I'd love to know. Alright, now when it comes to styling, she has a little bit of length, which means you could add curls or waves to her, or you could also straighten her if you don't like that under curl here. But I must say, I'm happy with the way she looks. If I were her, I would just give her more lift in front and on top, since she's really flat up here. But on the other hand, it really looks very realistic that way. Okay, now it's really dreary and cloudy outside, but let's have a look at that color anyways, outdoor in natural daylight. So, how do you like the color? Do you also like the light root? I think it's a beautiful color, and the blend and transition from the root is really well done. Now, last but not least, let's have a look at the cap from the inside. So here's the cap from the inside. Here you can see the lace front that is extended just a tiny little bit, maybe. And here's the typical seam between the lace and the monofilament, which looks like a double monofilament. I would have to check that. But it's really big, and you have enough parting space. On the side, she has the felt carbonier tabs with the metal stays inside. The rest of the cap is closed and wefted. She has an extended nape and adjustable straps with Velcro. So all in all, this is a very high quality, very well made cap. Okay, that was my review of Elegance Mono. I hope you liked it and it's helpful. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe to my channel so you won't miss any future videos, and there's a new one coming out each Friday. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below and I will gladly reply. Now, thank you all so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I hope you're well, stay that way, and I will see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye. I think she looks a little, and that is different, of course. I'm sorry. And that are fully hand-tied. Did I already say that? And also one that is just, and also one in front and on top, since in front and videos, and there's a new one coming out each Friday. If you haven't, yeah, I already said that. Now, if you like this bob, you might also like this one, or maybe this one, or maybe both.